Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to my class after a long gap. I'm your English teacher Rajan Sarumagar. Today also, as usual, I'm here with a very good content. And today, for grade 7, I have adjectives. So you can see I'm going to use my slide. You can see that this slide that what we are going to learn today, first of all. So before starting adjectives, obviously we will talk about some points. And what are they? Let me show you here. First of all, we will talk about the definition of adjective. Then after, types of adjective. There are several types of adjective. I will show you and we will have example and we will name them according to the types of adjectives. Next is a degree of adjective. Generally, there are the two types of degree, or including three, like positive, comparative, and superlative. Next, we will talk about forming positive degree or positive, adjective into comparative and superlative degree. Okay, there are several rules that changing positive degree into comparative and superlative degree. Next, obviously, we need to talk this, that is use of comparative degree and use of superlative degree. Okay? So let's start our class with definition of adjective. So if I ask you the questions that what adjective is, then obviously you may have your formal, knowledge, information about adjective. We know that adjective is a word which describes a noun and a pronoun. It is also known as a describing word. Let me give you example. Okay, this is a duster. It is in black color. It is in black color. So which is adjective here? Obviously, the black is adjective. But which type of adjectives? Later we will know. So duster is a noun and it has been described by a word, and that is a black. So black is an adjective. So let's have a more example here. Example. You can see this side. Okay. Yogesh is a good man. Yogesh is a good man. He is intelligent. He is intelligent. And now, if you have a problem to find out an adjective, then you can use one W as a word, and that is how. Like, Yogesh is a good man. How is Yogesh? How is Yogesh? The answer comes, Yogesh is a good man. So, good is an adjective. Another sentence is there. He is intelligent. How is he? How is he? He is intelligent. So intelligent is an adjective. So you can see Yogesh is a noun, he is a pronoun. So adjective is a word which describes noun and the pronoun. So noun is a Yogesh, okay, and he is pronoun. So good and intelligent are adjective which have described Yogesh noun and he pronoun. Okay, and there are different types of noun. Obviously, you know, the previous time we had to discuss about the noun, okay, and even the pronoun. So now let's talk about the types of adjective. Let me show you. Quality. First is the quality. What comes under the quality? Let me show you. Good, bad, strong, heavy, beautiful, handsome, okay, and intelligent, good. This comes under, quality. These are the quality, okay. Next is a quantity. Quantity means obviously it talks about the number. So like some, a few, 100, 1, 2, 3, you can write any number. So I have written one number, that is 100. Much, more, a lot of, lots of. So these are quantity adjectives which talks about number, okay. Next is a color. Obviously there are the 12 colors generally. So black, white, green, blue. If there is in a color, then obviously that is color type of adjective. Next is a shape, like round, oval, square, rectangle. These are shape. Okay, so shape is one of the type of adjective. Next is a size. Size means like a small, big, tiny, large, huge. Okay, these are the example of adjectives. Example of adjective, and this is size adjectives. Next also we have more like a possessive adjective. Possessive adjectives. You know there are the 7 pronouns, and each pronoun has their one possessive pronoun, and which are also known as a possessive adjectives. What are they? Like, see this: his, her, mine, our, their, yours, ears. So there are 7 possessive adjectives. Okay, remember this. These are also known as a possessive pronoun, and this is also known as a possessive adjective. Next, demonstrative adjective, and they are this, that, these, those. This, that, these, those. These are demonstrative adjective. Another is a past participle. Past participle means obviously verb 3. Verb 3 also can be stand can stand as adjective. Like, let me show you: broken, fainted, sold. Like a broken a pen, broken chair. So chair is a noun, and broken is there. So broken is what? Past participle adjective. Okay. Now painted. Painted house. House is a noun, and there is a painted. So that painted is past participle adjective. And there is sold car. So car is a noun, sold is adjective, and that is a past participle adjective. So verb 3 or past participle adjective can be as a adjective. Next is the original. Original talks about, like, see there, you can see the example: Nepalese, American, Chinese, Indian. So like Nepalese people. Nepalese people. So people is noun, and Nepalese is there as a original adjective. Like a Nepalese product. Product is a noun, and Nepalese is adjective. So these are called original adjectives. Once again, example: American, Nepalese, Chinese, Indian. Okay, these are original example. Original adjective. Okay, and there is a material. Material adjective. This is the last. Material adjectives. And what are they? Let me show you. Like cotton, gold, wooden. Like a wooden table. Table is a noun, and wooden is adjective, and this is material adjectives. Okay, like you can say iron gate. Gate is a noun, and iron is material adjectives. So these are the types of adjectives. At least I have shown you the 10 types of the adjective, but question is here: do these all types of adjectives use in changing into comparative or superlative? No, only some of them are used to change into comparative and superlative degree. So what are so now let me show you what types of adjectives are used in changing comparative and superlative. Okay, so look this side: adjective for comparative and superlative degree. Like, these 4 types of adjectives are used in forming comparative and superlative degree. What are they? One is quantity, quality, size, and color. Okay. Next, these type of adjectives are not used in forming comparative and superlative degree. Let me show you: original, material, safe, past participle, demonstrative, and possessive. these are not used in forming comparative and superlative degree. Now we will start degree of adjective. First of all is there are 3 degrees of adjective. They are positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. And comparative degree and superlative degree, they are formed from positive degree. Okay. So let me show example. Tall, T-A-L-L, tall. This is positive degree. This is a positive degree. T-A-L-L-E-R. This is comparative degree. And tallest, T-A-L-L-E-S-T, tallest, this is superlative degree. So we have 3 degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. Now forming positive degree into comparative and superlative degrees. Now let's learn how to form positive degree into comparative and superlative. So you can see there positive degree into comparative degree first. See, if the positive degree has a vowel letter before last consonant letter, the consonant letter should be doubled and ER should be added for comparative degree. Example, big, B-I-G, big is positive degree. See now there, G is a last letter and before G there is I letter, A-E-I-O-U. So I is vowel letter and G is a consonant letter. So according to the rule, now we need to double G letter and we need to add ER. So here, B-I-G-G-E-R, bigger, and this is called comparative degree. Let me give you more example here. Suppose T as I and thin. N is consonant letter and I is vowel letter. That's why we need to double this N letter. So T as I N, and we need to write again N, and we need to add ER. We need to add ER and it becomes thinner. Thin, thinner. And thinner is comparative degree. Okay? Thinner is comparative degree. Thin is positive, thinner is comparative. Now let me show you more example here. And other also. Look this side. Now forming positive degree into comparative and superlative degree. And this is time of superlative degree. So see this side. If the positive degree has a vowel letter before last consonant letter, the consonant letter should be double and EST should be added for superlative degree. EST. For comparative, we need to add ER, but for superlative, we need to add EST. See this side. Example, B-I-Z, big. B-I-Z, so before Z there is I, so we need to double G. B-I-Z-Z, and we need to add EST to form superlative degree. See this side. Big, biggest. Biggest is a superlative degree. Okay? Now let's have again more practice here. Okay, F-A-T, fat. This is positive degree. Positive degree, F-A-T, fat. T is here, this is the last consonant letter, and A is a vowel letter. Vowel letter. So we need to double this T letter. So F-A-T-T. If we add here ER, then it becomes, comparative degree. It is comparative degree. But if we add F-A-T-T-E-S-T, fattest, then it becomes superlative degree. So what we have understood here that if we add ER, then it becomes comparative. If you add EST, then it becomes superlative degree. Okay, just here we are learning how to form comparative and superlative degree. We are not practicing how to use them in a sentence. Okay, we are just learning how to form positive degree into comparative and into superlative. Okay, there are another rule also. Let me show you that rule too. So look at the side. Okay. This talks about a while letter. Okay, if the positive degree has a y letter after last consonant letter, the y letter should be I, y letter should be I, and the er should be added for comparative degree and est for superlative degree. Okay, like example is here, happy. HAPPY, happy, Y is the last letter, and before Y there is a P, and a P is consonant letter. So we need to change this Y letter into I, and we need to add ER for comparative degree and EST for superlative degree. Let me show you. You can see this side. HAPPYER, happier. This is comparative, and HAPPIEST, happiest. This is superlative. So now another is here. Some adjectives have their one superlative and comparative degree. They are positive. They are bad. Bad is a positive, and superlative is worst. Sorry, comparative is a worst, and superlative is a worst. Okay. We cannot add BADDER, better. We cannot do that. It has its own comparative and superlative form. Okay, and there is a good. Good comparative is a better, and superlative is the best. Another is here far, which talks about the distance. Far, comparative is the farther, and superlative is the farthest. So this adjective have their one comparative and superlative. So, okay, so we cannot change by adding ER and EST to comparative or superlative. Okay, it has their one. And now see this side. I'm going to show you another also. Some adjective take more. Some adjective take some words to be comparative and superlative. Like see this, more, less for comparative. Like example, more beautiful, less beautiful. More opposite word is less. You cannot add ER to make comparative. Like a beautifuler, you cannot do that. You cannot add EST. Like a beautifulest, you cannot do that. You need to add more or less. More opposite word is less. More and less. These words are used with this adjective for comparative. And most and least, these words are used for superlative. Example, most beautiful, least beautiful. The most opposite is least, more opposite is less. More beautiful, most beautiful, less beautiful, and least beautiful. Okay, so now let me show you what are those adjectives which take more or most, least or less words to be comparative and to be superlative. Okay, the adjective which take more and the less to be comparative and the most and least to be superlative degree, and these words are handsome, okay, beautiful, famous, expensive, cunning, courageous, brilliant, useful, intelligent. So these are the words. There are so many adjectives. These are the adjectives which take more or less to be comparative, most or less to be superlative. Like more handsome, most handsome, okay, more expensive, less expensive, or most expensive or least expensive. Okay, so these are. Now it's time to use these adjectives. Okay, use of comparative degree. First of all, we are going to use comparative degree. Positive degree, obviously this general sentence we use them like this is a white marker, so white is a color, so white marker, this is a white marker. Oh, it's okay. So this is called a positive degree. White is a adjective, so this is called positive. Like he is good, so this is good is what? Good is a positive degree. But now we are going to change into we are going to practice the comparative degree in a sentence. See this. Comparative degree of adjective is used to compare two nouns or pronoun. We use to compare nouns or pronouns. And remember, this is a very key word, okay? Like a then, T as a, and then or is after comparative degree. We need to use T as a and then or after comparative degree. After writing the comparative degree like a pattern or taller, then we need to use T as a and then word, okay, for comparing. Like example, see the picture, Ram is tall. Ram is tall. See another boy, Sam is tall. Ram is tall, Sam is tall. Now let's compare Ram and Sam. Ram is tall, Sam is tall. So tall, this is positive degree. Now if we compare Ram and Sam together, you can guess who is taller. So obviously Sam. So the sentence comes like this. Sam is taller than Ram. Taller is comparative degree. Taller is a comparative degree. And there is a T as in then word and Ram. Sam is taller than Ram. Okay, this is one example. Let me show you another example also here. Okay. This red house costs $20,000. It is expensive. This red house costs $20,000. It is expensive. And there is white house. This white house costs $30,000. It is expensive. Now let's compare which is more expensive. Let's compare. So obviously White House is more expensive than the Red House. White House is more expensive than the Red House. So you can see here, expensive is a kind of adjective which take more or less to be comparative. Okay, so the White House is more expensive than the Red House. This is how we use comparative degree in a sentence. Okay. The Red House is less expensive than the White House. I have told you that the opposite of more is less. So you can use this also. The Red House is less expensive than the White House. That means the White House is more expensive than Red House. Okay. Now use of superlative degree. How to use them? Let me show you. Superlative degree takes the article. Before superlative degree, you need to write T as the article, okay, which makes superior. Example, Ram is the tallest student in the class. Ram is the tallest student in the class. So the tallest is a superlative degree, and before tallest there is a the article. And that means there is no other students who are taller than Ram. Okay, Ram is the tallest student in the class. Next is Sigma is the most beautiful girl in my friend group. Sigma is the most beautiful girl in my friends group. Friend group. Okay. So another is noodles is the least expensive junk food. Least expensive means not most expensive. The opposite of most is a least. So noodles is the least expensive junk food. Now let's have a practice. We have a lawn. First of all, before practice, I want to draw here some pictures. Okay? Let me draw the stick man. Okay? Oh, it's so taller. La. His name is A, B, C. Okay. A, B, C. Okay. Now let's compare. Okay? Let's compare A and B. Let's compare A and B. Who is taller? The answer is B is T-A-L-L-E-R, taller than A. Okay? If we compare this, A and B. Now let's compare A and C. Who is taller? So we can write A is taller than C. Okay? Now if we do not compare between two men, then let's compare whole. If we talk about whole, then who is the tallest? Then obviously B is the tallest. So we need to write B is the tallest. B is the tallest. Or you can write tallest man. B is the tallest man. So no one is there. Here B is the tallest in the if we compare all with A and C. So that's why we need to write B is the tallest man. So now you can see here, I have used here the article before tallest superlative degree, and here you can see taller. After this taller comparative degree, I have used here T as and then word to compare. So we use then in comparative degree, when we use the in superlative degree. Now let me ask you some question, okay? So they are than me. So when there's than word, then we need to know that we need to use comparative degree. So what is comparative degree? Fatter and fattest. Comparative degree is fatter. So answer is they are fatter than me. And another question is here, Anil has useful laptop than me. So than mine. Anil has useful laptop than mine. So there is a then word. So obviously it talks about comparative. So more, must, or least. What is the correct word? More is the correct word. So Anil has more useful laptop than mine. So thank you all of you for today. I hope you all will practice at home. So if you have a grammar work, do not try to practice. Stay at home, stay happy, and stay safe. Thank you.